Which World Cup was truly the greatest of the last 16 years? The answer might surprise you. Today we're putting the last 5 FIFA World Cups head-to-head across 6 major categories. By the end of this video, only one tournament will be crowned the ultimate champion. And trust me, the final result is much closer than most fans expect. Every category awards only one single point to the absolute best performing tournament in that area. We will compare them in asterisk order. The currently unfolding 2026 tournament in North America, followed by Qatar 2022, Russia 2018, Brazil 2014, and South Africa 2010. Who will take the crown? Let's begin. We start with a category that directly affects the performance of the players and the pockets of the fans: travel and stadium distances. We begin with the 2026 tournament in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Spanning 3 massive nations, this is the largest geographic footprint in World Cup history. Teams and fans have to fly thousands of miles between host cities like Vancouver, Mexico City, and Miami, crossing multiple time zones. The travel demands here are historically high. Next, 2022 in Qatar. This was the exact opposite. All 8 stadiums were located within a tight 35-mile radius of Doha. Fans could ride the metro to multiple matches in a single day, and teams stayed in the same hotel and training base for the entire tournament. There were absolutely no internal flights required. Now, let's look at Russia 2018. While confined to Western Russia, the distances between cities like Kaliningrad and Yekaterinburg were still vast, often requiring hours of flights or long train journeys for traveling fans. In Brazil 2014, teams faced grueling journeys. Players had to travel from the humid depths of the Amazon rainforest in Manaus to the cooler southern climates of Porto Alegre, which took a physical toll on many squads. Finally, South Africa 2010. While beautiful, the infrastructure meant fans and teams relied heavily on domestic flights or long, exhausting highway drives between inland cities like Johannesburg and coastal cities like Cape Town. The winner of Category 1 is Qatar 2022. The incredibly compact layout offered a level of convenience for players and fans that we may never see again in modern sports. With that, Qatar 2022 takes the lead with 1 point, while the others are yet to get on the board. Our next category focuses on the arenas where history is made, stadium quality, and technology. The 2026 tournament takes this to a new level. The stadiums across North America, such as the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta and the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, are some of the most technologically advanced and expensive sports structures ever built. They feature massive retractable roofs, giant 360-degree video boards, and state-of-the-art climate control systems. In 2022, Qatar constructed 7 brand new, architecturally striking venues. We saw the innovative Stadium 974, built from shipping containers and advanced pitch-side cooling technology. However, the sheer scale of the North American arenas edges them out in multi-purpose design. In Russia 2018, venues like the historic Luzhniki Stadium in St. Petersburg's spaceship-like Krestovsky Stadium were visually stunning and highly modern, but they didn't quite push technological boundaries to the level of the newest venues. In Brazil 2014, iconic arenas like the Maracanã were beautifully renovated and new stadiums were built. However, the tournament was plagued by construction delays, and several pitches suffered from visible wear and tear during matches. In South Africa 2010, Soccer City and the Moses Mabhida Stadium became instant architectural icons. While culturally magnificent, they naturally lacked the advanced technological integration seen in the stadiums of the subsequent decade. The winner of Category 2 is 2026 USA, Canada, and Mexico. These stadiums represent the absolute peak of modern sports infrastructure and technology. This tees things up with both 2022 and 2026 sitting at 1 point each. Football is nothing without the fans. Which host nation brought the best energy? This is Category 3, fan atmosphere and passion. For 2026, the atmosphere in North America is highly diverse and welcoming, but because the matches are spread so far across 3 vast countries, the concentrated football fever can sometimes feel slightly diluted outside the immediate stadium zones. In 2022, while traveling fans from Argentina, Morocco, and Saudi Arabia brought incredible energy, the high cost of accommodation and local regulations meant the spontaneous street party atmosphere was less prominent than in previous tournaments. In Russia 2018, the atmosphere exceeded expectations. Streets like Moscow's Nikolskaya became 24-hour celebration hubs, though some of the more distant host cities remained relatively quiet. Then we have Brazil 2014. Brazil is the spiritual home of the sport. The entire country lived and breathed the tournament, from the Copacabana beaches to the packed fan zones. The samba-infused street parties and the passionate local fans created an electric, carnival-like atmosphere. In South Africa Africa 2010, the tournament was defined by the buzzing sound of Te Vuvuzela. The local pride was historic, but the constant noise of the horns divided television audiences worldwide, and safety concerns kept some celebrations more contained. The winner of Category 3 is Brazil 2014, the raw passion of the Brazilian people and the colorful South American fan. Invasion created an atmospheric standard that is incredibly hard to beat. The scoreboard is now heating up. 2022, 2026, and 2014 all have 1 point. Hosting millions of visitors requires administrative precision. This brings us to Category 4, organization and logistics. In 2026, managing a massive 48-team tournament across 3 independent nations presents significant logistical challenges. Coordinating flight schedules, border crossings, and security across 3 different governments is an immense administrative task. In 2022, Qatar's centralized design avoided travel issues, but the sheer density of 1 million fans in one city put immense pressure on local transport and accommodation, leading to crowded bottlenecks early in the tournament. In Russia 2018, the organization was highly efficient. Russia introduced the FANID system, which acted as a multi-entry visa and allowed fans free travel on intercity trains. The transport systems and volunteer operations ran with exceptional precision. In Brazil 2014, logistics were a major struggle. Planned public transport lines were left unfinished, airports were congested, and key structural work was completed only days before kickoff. In South Africa 2010, despite pre-tournament skepticism, the logistics were largely successful. However, there were notable transport shortages and high costs that affected the overall fan experience. The winner of Category 4 is Russia 2018. The seamless integration of the fan, free intercity transport set a very high standard for tournament logistics. Now, 4 out of our 5 contenders have a point. A great World Cup leaves a lasting mark on the world long after the final whistle. This is Category 5, Legacy and Global Impact. For 2026, the legacy of expanding the tournament to 48 teams and boosting the sport's popularity in North America is highly significant. But as the tournament is currently ongoing, its long-term impact is still unfolding. In 2022, Qatar's legacy is highly debated, balancing impressive infrastructure and Middle Eastern representation against persistent controversies regarding human rights and the future utility of the built stadiums. In Russia 2018, the tournament briefly shifted global perceptions of the host nation, but subsequent geopolitical events unfortunately overshadowed much of the goodwill built during that summer. In Brazil 2014, the tournament left behind several expensive, underutilized stadiums in cities without major local clubs, alongside public debate over the high cost of hosting the event. In South Africa 2010, the tournament made history as the first World Cup on the African continent. Symbolized by Nelson Mandela's iconic appearance and Shakira's globally beloved theme song, it challenged global stereotypes about Africa's hosting capabilities, left behind improved national infrastructure, and united a nation. The winner of Category 5 is South Africa 2010. Its cultural resonance, emotional weight, and positive impact on African pride remain unmatched in modern sports history. Look at that scoreboard. We have an unprecedented 5-way tie going into our final and most important category. Every single World Cup has earned exactly 1 point. This next category will decide our overall champion. This is what matters most. Category 6, football quality, drama, and historic moments. In 2026, the expanded 48-team format has produced some surprising underdog stories. However, the increased number of matches can sometimes make the group stage feel slightly stretched, and we are still waiting to see if the knockout matches can match the dramatic peaks of previous tournaments. In 2022, Qatar delivered arguably the most dramatic tournament in football history. From Saudi Arabia's shocking upset of Argentina to Morocco's historic run to the semi-finals, it kept fans on the edge of their seats. It culminated in what many consider the greatest World Cup final ever played, a thrilling 3-3 battle between Lionel Messi's Argentina and Kylian Mbappe's France, decided by a tense penalty shootout. In Russia 2018, the football was highly entertaining, featuring Croatia's dramatic run to the final and Germany's shocking group stage exit. However, the final itself was a relatively straightforward 4-2 victory for France. In Brazil 2014, we witnessed legendary moments like Robin van Persie's flying header, James Rodriguez's stunning volley, and Germany's historic 7-1 demolition of the hosts. However, the final was a tense, low-scoring affair decided in extra time. In South Africa 2010, 2010, we saw Spain's brilliant tiki-taka masterclass and Thomas Müller's breakthrough, but the tournament was also criticized for low-scoring group games, the erratic flight of the Jabulani ball, and a highly physical, card-heavy final. The winner of Category 6 is Qatar 2022. The sheer volume of upsets, historic runs, and an unforgettable final make it the pinnacle of modern footballing drama. With the final point awarded, here is our definitive ranking of the last 5 FIFA World Cups. In 5th place, South Africa 2010 with 1 point. Culturally historic, but held back by lower scoring matches on the pitch. In 4th place, Russia 2018 with 1 point. Exceptionally well organized, though lacking a legendary final match. In 3rd place, USA, Canada, and Mexico 2026 with 1 point. A massive step forward in technology and scale, with its full sporting legacy still being written. In 2nd place, Brazil 2014 with 1 point. An unmatched atmosphere of passion, despite logistical difficulties off the pitch. And in 1st place, our overall winner, Qatar 2022 with 2 points. Combining incredible travel convenience with the most dramatic footballing moments ever seen, it takes the crown. That's my personal ranking of the last 5 FIFA World Cups. Do you agree with the result? Or do you think another tournament deserved the top spot? Let me know in the comments and tell me why. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video.